Hey everyone, Chris Code here, and today I'm going to be starting some Photoshop tutorials to help you get more acquainted with the program. Photoshop is a great program for editing any kind of images. It doesn't have to be photos. It can be whatever you need. If you look on YouTube, you'll see a whole lot of thumbnails that people have put together, custom thumbnails, and they might splice in their own face, they might splice in some other images. Most of those, in general, are used using Photoshop or a similar program like GIMP. So today I'm going to be showing you how to use the magic wand tool. As you can see over here, we have a bus that has some weird kind of white sky going on, a lot of gray gravel down here, and some people over there. And what we want to do is to isolate this bus so that we can set it on top of this log for whatever reason. And to do that, one of the easiest ways to take an object out of a picture, as long as the object has a very different color scheme than other objects in the picture, you can do this using the magic wand. Now, the magic wand will select an area of the screen and then try to select everything else that is very similar or exactly the same color as the selected pixel. So if we were to click up here, you can see that all of the white sky has been selected because it's mostly the same color. Now the amount of variation that you can have in the color scheme for a magic wand to still pick it up can be determined by your tolerance. The lower it is, the more precise the color has to be, and the higher your tolerance is, the more generalized it can be. It's a setting you have to play around with a bit in order to really get a picture just about perfect. And at the end of the day, you may have to take the eraser tool and go down, zoom in to get really close, but the magic wand will definitely save you a lot of time. So let's go ahead and try selecting some of this area. We just want to delete that sky right out. We can get rid of this gravel area. Now you see it hasn't got all the gravel because the color over here, the lighting, is slightly different than over here. So we'll go ahead and bump up the tolerance to 30 to see what kind of a selection we get. That's a little bit better. Let's try 35. Okay, that's good. So now we'll delete that, and most of the gravel pavement is gone. Let's see what happens if we select the shaded gravel. Might need a 40 tolerance. As you can see, it's a bit of playing around with it, trying to figure out exactly what would be ideal. Now, you can delete sections and pieces, so we'll go ahead and try that here. This should leave the, I believe that's a guy's leg right there, alone. And if we click over here, we can get that part, that part, that part, and we'll worry about the minor details in a little bit. Just going along, deleting items. Now, you see here, part of the bus actually got caught in that selection for the magic wand tool, so we're going to want to probably bump that down a little bit. And as you can see by lowering the tolerance, the bus area is no longer selected. Now these areas over here to the left don't really need to be magic wand. We can just erase them normally, but you'll notice right here a couple pixels are actually currently selected by the magic wand. And while you have pixels selected with a magic wand, you can't actually accidentally erase pixels that are outside of it. So we're going to use the rectangle tool just to click on the screen, deselect those few pixels, and now we can go back over it and normally erase these two couple of objects over here. Now we just have to worry about the right side, so let's go ahead and get to that. Now that we've gotten pretty close to having it done, we're going to, for the most part, use the eraser tool to take care of the rest of it, because these are areas that are kind of tricky for the magic wand to actually handle. The magic wand is best at handling areas that are large sections and don't actually have a whole lot of colors to them, and in many cases can actually get you pretty close to what you want, as you can see here. And we'll zoom in a bit, as I mentioned earlier, in order to make this pretty close to perfect. We're not going to perfect this like artist would, for the sake of time, but you can get a pretty good looking image just by playing around with things like this. And sometimes the magic wand is a little bit crude, so you might want to go over it with the eraser tool just to get a little bit more of a smooth stroke instead of a somewhat rugged line. And now if we zoom back out, we have the finished product, kind of a strange looking bus. Not really sure why they did the front like that, but hey, we have what we have, so now we can just drag this image over where we want it. Maybe scale it down and transform it a bit. Let's see if we can flip it horizontally. Apply transformation, and put it down there. Now, that doesn't exactly look realistic. There would never be a bus on a log like that. But you can tell, we took an image that had a lot of other stuff in it, and although we still have the reflection on the bus, we removed all the other objects around it, and it didn't really take us that much time at all. So the magic wand tool can be very helpful for you, especially if you're bringing in outside images and you just want to get the person in the image, you don't care about the surrounding environment. Magic wand tool will really help you out there. So let me know if you have any comments down below, and I've been Chris Code. Thank you guys for watching.